Hot damn.
Well, it ain't going to be hot for very long. Shit.
No, I was thinking about hitting up the beach. I don't know about you.
Yeah, well, I got to be in Colorado tomorrow and then up through Wyoming, South Dakota, and North Dakota.
So you're just going into worse shit than we're gonna get here.
Yeah. So I'm the opposite of Ted Cruz, where Ted Cruz is a major fucking bitch. I'm obviously not. You know, he can't handle the fucking 30-degree weather. I'm going into, I think, Sunday night in North Dakota, it's going to be right around 40 below zero. I think I saw the weather today. It was 50 below zero today up there with a wind chill. Yeah. But Colorado, I think it's going to be around 7 degrees or something whenever I'm there tomorrow night.
No, I mean, it's only saying it's going to be getting down to like 20 here, but I don't know what the wind chill is going to be. But
yeah. Hopefully them grids hold up.
Did you just fucking throw up?
Yeah, how can you tell? It's going to show how much of, look, on the bottom of my screen, you can't see it, but it says winter storm and all that shit. Like, more shit just got issued, but oh, fuck.
No,
these
man,
grids, hopefully they hold up.
Well, and the thing is, though, is like, Governor Abbott is going on about like, well, the Texas grid has never been stronger. And it's like, well, I guess we're about to really test that theory, aren't we? Because, ever since Uri, there hasn't really been much to test the grid, and here we are. So, is it that fume thing?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, man, it's not bad. I got one of the disposable ones for now, just to see if I'd like it. And I think I'm going to definitely get the kit. It's pretty good.
Cool. But from what I've read on it, of anything that he did post 2021 after Uri, it wasn't much in regards to, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in regards to like updating and replacing like equipment, it was just enhancing inspections and making sure they were winterized.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I've seen so much conflicting information on what they've done with the grids and what they've done with everything to not happen again. I don't know. I don't know.
See, the thing that's the thing, because my understanding of why shit went so wrong last time is because it was outdated and old equipment that just hadn't been addressed for so long. It was functioning, but it didn't have anything to really put it to the test. And Uri, we quickly found out that the grid wasn't able to withstand that.
Yeah. And the problem is with all the smoke and mirrors and all that bullshit, who fucking knows what he actually did or he didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I mean, we're gonna get some answers, that's for sure. Because nobody trusted Abbott is prepared us for the storm. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, but you're saying locked in for it, huh?
Yeah, we're not gonna go anywhere. Because it was my weekend to go down to San Antonio, but obviously it was talk to the kids. They understood. And I was like, look, I can make it down there, but I was like, my issue is like, I don't know how safe it is going to be for him to come back, so,
yeah.
And they were understanding. So,
yeah, it's, being on the road up there, going through these fucking winter storm, it's going to be a bitch. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
I ain't scared though.
Yeah, put that truck to work though. Shit.
Yeah, I hear that.
But
fucking at least anything diesel is heavy enough, it's big enough where it goes straight through all that shit.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what though. These past couple weeks have been It's been interesting. I've been nonstop on X. I mean, that's like been pretty much, uh, and been networking with people, a lot of like Texas-based people, because we've been trying to really promote Doc, which as you know, I got to meet the other day, earlier this week,
Yeah.
up here. Fucking dude is as cool as you could possibly think, man. Honestly, Doc Chambers is so fucking cool, dude. And he spoke a lot on what he wants to do, and I'm telling you, when it comes to his vision for Texas, it's one of those things of like, man, this should be the vision for the country, but I'll settle for Texas at this point. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but then you go on to a point of like where he's telling you and kind of informing you about things that many Texans don't know. There's it's not like it's hidden. It's just not such crazy public knowledge, right? But one of the things, and I know you mentioned it on one of the last episodes, is those big data centers. They've been going up, right?
Yeah.
So and he's talking about that as well, because whatever the big reservoir that we have in Texas,
Sam Rayburn.
yeah, like by 2050, I think, not too far off when you think about it. Like it'll be dried up because of the water usage that we use just for our everyday, like farmers and stuff like that, and citizens. But then you have these data centers that use unbelievable amounts of water, right?
Well, we are talking about Sam Rayburn, right?
I believe so. Because they were talking about it up here.
Okay, and the reason I say that is because the $10.9 billion meta center that's going on, or that they're building in Louisiana, that one is probably going to use a lot.
So one thing that I looked up today, because our X page is one big anti-Abbott, Cruz, and Crenshaw at this point. But what I looked up, and it said that as of right now, here, let me just share the screen. So right now there's approximately 78 data centers in the state of Texas. They couldn't give me an exact number, but it's about 78 data centers that have about 2.7 gigawatts of capacity using of energy, right? And right now there's about 90, there's 97 data centers either planned or currently in construction in the state of Texas. Okay.
Damn.
And then an estimated of 2,000 gallons of water per day per megawatt for each center. Okay.
Is that for the cooling purposes?
Yes. No, see, like I said, per day per megawatt. Now there's 1,000 megawatts in a gigawatt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have these 78 that are running about 2.7 gigawatts per, right? Now, depending on the size and capacity, there's an estimated 100, it can be an estimated range of 100,000 gallons to 5 million plus gallons per day, keeping these servers cool.
God damn.
Yeah. And you got to think about it. When the water comes in, it cools them, it evaporates.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like it's running through, going back into our water supply. It evaporates, right? So we're just draining our land and this water supply down.
Hell, we need to come up with an invention cleaning off out salt water and let them use that goddamn salt water.
He did bring that up. He said that there's that, if I remember correctly, I kind of wish I recorded it, but if I remember correctly, there was something he mentioned about there's been something going on about, hey, we can build a pipeline to the ocean because and we'll look into desalination type technology so they can use that and not drain our lands here. But he's like, but overall, my goal is to not necessarily kick all these data centers out. Some of them we're going to have to need, but we need to stop just letting them, destroy our land and our and everything like that, and drain our resources like that. Mm-hmm. So, because I understand the need for a data center for data centers. Our world runs on data. Look, what we're doing right now runs on data.
Yeah.
But then you have the same thing that's going on in Florida too. While a lot of their citrus groves and stuff, because they're getting bought out and replaced with these data centers, and then it's just destroying their lands.
Oh yeah, just think of how much is going to fuck up the fishing culture. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
it's going to kill so many fish. And for anyone sportsman going out there hunting, fishing, all that shit, like, god damn, man, the duck and goose community is gonna go to shit. I don't know why Fish and Game doesn't step in on it. Like, a lot of the conservationists step in and say, hey, listen, like, you got to think of a different way to do all this shit. We can't go this avenue.
Well, Fish and Game, that's federal, right?
Well, yeah, state and federal.
I guess depending on what where it's at the point. I mean, obviously, if obviously these data centers are purposely not going for federal lands because that'd be a pain in the ass to get to. So that's why they're doing anything state-wise. And then they come for these types of pasture and farmlands that have natural water supply or direct access to those reservoirs. And then they offer these farmers that probably aren't making that much money that they've never seen before, because they're ultimately going to churn out way more once they set up that data center. So, and it's sad, you know, because especially with especially when, you know, regardless of what data says and stuff, because, you know, you have all these elites and people that are making so much money going on, like, well, you got to look at it. The inflation the economy is outpacing inflation. I was like, cool, but inflation is still happening. So that's not really helping this fucking situation here. And the economy, while it may be getting better, guess what? It's not getting to a point that we as Americans can still feel comfortable living. And then you have this shit happening, which is why it's important, because you have these farmers that they can't support their livelihood anymore off of just doing what they've done for generations. And then they're caught between a rock and a hard place. They don't want to give up their land and their legacy, but they don't really have a choice in the matter because they can't support themselves. They can't support anything. Because this fucking economy, and it's only getting worse as we keep on fucking cramming down these dumb minibus bills and it makes me even more furious at this fucking Republican Party right now. Like, I cannot, like, and you know what? I'm going to be almost certain that you haven't heard of this, because I found out about it yesterday and I've been tracking it, that in this bill that they just passed, there was a provision, and Thomas Massey, the Republican that all the other Republicans love to hate, but he's right now, I would say if presidential elections were next year, I bet he would fucking be a headstrong one for presidential election, just because he's gaining so much popularity standing against this bullshit that none of us voted for. You know what I mean? So there is a provision in this bill that just passed for the federal government forcing car manufacturers in the United States after 2026, I believe, so like after this year, to install a kill switch that the federal government will have access to shut your car off at any point in time.
Oh, they can suck my dick.
Yeah, and Thomas Massey introduced a bill to have that removed, or an amendment to have that removed.
How much? God, that's so much overreach.
And 57 Republicans voted against it, and it didn't get passed. Fuck these dumb fucking rhinos who say that we are up for less government, fiscal responsibility, and all this bullshit. All of them can suck my fucking dick, because they do not stand for what they run on.
Yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers need to be standing in the unemployment line. That's what they need to be doing. Like, if they ain't gonna stand for us, go stand in the fucking unemployment line. Like, and the fact that there's too many people sitting there voting party line, no matter what, they don't know shit about fucking who they're voting for, what they're voting for. God, bro, like,
that's the reason why they hate Thomas Massey and probably Rand Paul for that point, because they're uncorruptible. They're to me, they're true, like, they're the true meaning of like Republicans. Like, no, they have their values and why they keep getting elected, because their constituents love what they stand for, obviously. Because even the people who Trump and anybody else endorse trying to primary them out, they don't have a chance still. Yeah, because that's how much that they respected these two, regardless of how the rest of the party feels about them. They still vote 90% of the time on with the party, but it's that 10% that is uncorruptible that they will not give into, and you cannot fault them for that.
Yeah, you know, we're at a point where we need to go clean slate. Like, get rid of all these motherfucking politicians, start from scratch, start from regular fucking Joes that just say, hey, I don't like what I'm seeing. I think I'm going to do something different. And no more career politicians, no more of any of that bullshit. Just fucking scoot them all out. God damn. Send them to motherfucking pasture.
Yeah, the federally mandated automobile kill switch.
Yeah,
57 Republicans joined 211 Democrats to defeat it. The amendment that Massey put forward to have it removed.
Yeah, well, you know who's gonna not get rid of his fucking trucks and bullshit? Me. I'm gonna fucking keep my fucking look. My Duramax, it's newer. It's new enough. It's, you know, but it'll be pre this.
Yeah. Okay. So federal law says new cars after 2026 must monitor drivers and shut down if the car disapproves. Your dashboard should not be judge, jury, and executed. That's what Thomas Massey said. Yeah. Wow.
It disapproves with how you're driving?
I don't know. I got to read more into it. This is just all that I kind of got the outlook of it, but fuck my life. To anyone who gets something newer than a 2026 at this point, you are just fucking asked to be cucked by the goddamn government.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But like, and that goes back to my question, like, and I think maybe you and I have had this conversation. If you get pulled over in a Tesla that's on autopilot and you're drunk, who gets the DUI? You or the fucking truck?
You still get the DUI.
But why? If you're not driving,
you still get the DUI because you're in control of the vehicle overall. You cannot be fucking intoxicated behind the wheel. Doesn't matter if you're not the one turning the goddamn thing.
Okay, what happens if you put those fake hands that hold the steering wheel where it still does the autopilot shit and you sit in the back and it drives you home?
Unless it's a registered, like one of those ones that's registered, like personless driver kind of thing. Like, no, if it's your personal vehicle, you have to be in the driver's seat, drive like in control of it in case something happens. You have to be there as a backstop and you have to be sober.
But what's the difference
but nothing.
No, with these fully automated fucking vehicles, like a fucking automated Uber or whatever, like
the liability is on the fucking company then if something goes wrong. All right, so here's what. So they're trying to say this is related to alcohol, drunk driving or some shit. Advanced impaired driving technology. That's the way that's how they're hiding this under here. And look, yeah, advanced drunk and impaired driving prevention technology. Passively monitor the performance of a driver of a motor vehicle to accurately identify whether that driver may be impaired and prevent or limit motor vehicle operation if an impairment is detected.
Okay, so my question is, what if your alignment's bad? So that's going to cause you to fucking drift and swerve and all that. So is that vehicle going to shut down because you need an alignment? Like,
passively and accurately detect whether the blood alcohol concentration of the driver. How the fuck is that? Unless they're going to give you a fucking like blood alcohol, like install that breathalyzer machine in there, which is easy to fake.
Yeah, everyone get a fucking blow machine in their goddamn new trucks.
Combination of systems described in sub-paragraph, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I thought he was going to post it. But yeah. So they're trying to hide it under the guise of preventing drunk driving. No, they put that there to say, oh, this is to try to help with drunk driving deaths. No, this is so they can get control of your fucking life even more. Guys, this is fucking insane. Like, it is ridiculous to think that.
Straight up fucking overreach. Straight fucking overreach.
I haven't been able to confirm this, but I have seen some rumors on this overall bill that all those big things that they were running on to, like, defund Planned Parenthood, stop transgender surgeries and all that shit like that. And I guess quite a bit, not all, but quite a bit of the Doge cuts, it's all getting refunded.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta be shitting me.
No, because another one that Thomas Massey he posted on, he said, every Republican who voted for the DHS bill, which was everyone but him, enabled gender affirming care earmarks and the automobile kill switch.
The fuck?
We have control of both houses. Why are we allowing this?
Because they're all fucking wolves in sheep's clothing. Meanwhile, fucking the only thing everyone's worried about right now is fucking Greenland. Like, everyone's not even looking at this shit. They're just worried about fucking Greenland.
Which we all know is now, due to a recently surfaced video from 2018, is just another part of BB's plan.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean,
fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Like,
I don't know what to say anymore, man. It has been a disappointing year. And every now and then you feel like, fuck, you felt like, obviously in the first time, Trump did some good things and he had a pretty shitty overall administration, but he's still able to get some good stuff accomplished. And then you felt like he was going to come back with a vengeance, which he did, to be fair. But you thought that he wasn't going to necessarily hit on that, or I guess really lean into that lame duck presidency as much, because he felt like he had an axe to grind, like really had fucking something to prove. But now, granted, he'll never stop talking his shit. That's just his MO. And I wouldn't expect him to, because if he stopped talking shit, then that's when I'd be like, what do they have on him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be the point of, like, what do they have on him if he stopped talking shit? You know what I mean? But it just really feels like he just went straight into that. All right, I got back in. I'm just gonna let all the fucking neocons and swamp take back over.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous. And then, like, when are we gonna see everything we need to see in the Epstein shit? Like,
never.
Everything they're covering for.
Because here's the thing: say someone, which, God, that would be amazing. Let's just say in a utopian world that Thomas Massey gets elected in 2028 for the president, right? By the time he got there would be nothing left for him to find.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they would destroy it all.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's what's upsetting. You know what I mean? They may still have everything, and they're doing their bullshit cover up of redacting pretty much everything. Like, look, we released it. We just blacked out everything. Right. But as soon as someone that we know is uncorruptible, unobtainable by any side, any means, any person, any power, is getting close, you can kiss everything goodbye, because it's all going to get destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And therefore, when the next person goes in there and says, like, I've seen the files, there's nothing there, they're going to actually mean it this time, because they destroyed it. Because now they have to get rid of everything. Yeah. Right now, I believe in some shape or form, they're still using a lot of it for leverage and blackmail, like they've been doing. But once hopefully the American people get to a point where they wisen up and start to elect people that aren't corruptible at that point, or at least we hope aren't, right?
Yeah.
Because we all thought Trump wasn't, but it's not looking like it anymore. They're going to have to destroy it. and therefore we will never get the answers. So
yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Like
it sucks. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's a fucking shame.
Yeah.
Absolute fucking shame. Like
I'm still waiting on the full release of the 9/11 files because those haven't came either.
Yeah.
And when we can probably guess why. It really does suck, dude. Like I've like obviously when it came down to it, there really wasn't no actual legitimate choice. We would be a million times worse if Kamala got in office.
Yeah, I agree with you on that
100%. Still doesn't make it right.
It's just a shame. It really is a shame. Like everyone's worried about everything we're doing foreign policy wise or other countries, Ukraine, fucking Iran, Venezuela.
You know how I know our foreign policy is fucked?
Huh.
Because Ben Shapiro said that Trump is the best foreign policy president of his lifetime. That's how I know our foreign policy is fucked.
Yeah.
That is my level of litmus test right there. Whatever Ben Shapiro says is the best of his lifetime, then I know we're fucked.
Yeah. It's fucking shame, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and how do you change it? How do we change it? We had too many fucking dumbasses that don't know what they're voting for, that only vote because of ideology, not off of policy, not off of record, not off of anything that means anything.
And emotion at that point.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. Too many people vote off emotion nowadays. And that's, I think, now I know there's a lot more factors we do, but I think honestly, in the last 3 elections at the very least, emotion is the reason why, and not just presidential, I'm talking like across the country. Emotion is the reason why the country is in the state of where we're in right now.
Yeah.
People voting off emotion and not off of just basic logic.
Yeah, I agree. I hate to say it, and I'm going to say this, which how I feel about her and all that. As shitty as Kamala is, I almost wish she won rather than Trump.
I'm not that far yet.
I think
because it would have been another type of like puppet master situation like Biden, because we all know she's about there's as dumb as Biden, and then there's right just above it Kamala, because she's a fucking idiot. So we know she wouldn't have been doing anything. It would have been, the deep state elites that are still controlling everything.
Yeah, it would have been the puppeteer, running the marionette just like they're doing to Trump. The problem with Trump is I think that they'll push Trump's hand further than someone like Kamala, because
you see, and that's one part that I'll disagree with, just because we all know that, well, we can all surmise at least that there is something bigger at play here that is pushing Trump to do things that none of us voted for him to do. Because ultimately, when you're in office, your job is to carry out the will of the people that elected you. That is the role of public office. This isn't private office. This is public office. And what I will say is that there's obviously something bigger at play here. We've heard him say the reason why the full Epstein files and that isn't so heavily redacted, because it's going to hurt some of his friends. He said that. And it's like, okay, I don't give a shit about your friends. You obviously got shitty friends. So, and I will say that I think that regardless of who's in charge or not in charge, of who's trying to, really call a lot of shots, I still see a little bit of Trump, like whenever he really feels is like, no, like I'm not going to fucking do that, or I'm not going to do it the way you want to do it. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it.
I don't
Like
see
he may
it.
agree, he may. But see, the thing is though, is that everybody's always been pushing for a full ground invasion in Iran, and he just did a targeted strike. Now, that's not to say that we're not looking at that soon. So we're seeing how that goes, right? What I'm saying is though everyone has for years, for decades, has wanted us to do a full ground invasion to Iran, and they about almost got it with him, but he took a slightly less route. Now, I don't think it was called for personally, but it is what it is. It happened. Our boys and those
Look,
badass B2s got in, got out unseen.
yeah, well, and then look at this shit. Fucking, what was it? The ambassador of Israel to Iran. He just came out, or some ambassador or some shit. Like last week, he was talking shit about if Iran keeps it up with this fucking protesters or whatever, violence to protesters or whatever, then there's going to be, you know, swift and, you know, action and all that shit. Look, here's my thing. Who the fuck are you to tell another country what they can or can't do whenever it's got something to do with violence, whenever the bullshit you're doing in Palestine? Yeah. Like, maybe you should clean your own fucking house and worry about what you're fucking doing before you wonder, or before you worry about what the next door neighbor's doing. You know what I mean? Like, if fucking the neighbor's fucking beating their wife every fucking night because they get drunk, and they got a mouthy bitch like getting her ass whooped by the fucking old man, but you're doing the same thing to your old lady. Who the fuck are you to go over there and try to whoop his ass, or get your big brother to go whoop his ass whenever you're doing the same motherfucking shit in your fucking house?
Yeah.
Like, that's my fucking problem.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, fucking right is right, wrong is wrong, bro. Like, I don't know how they can justify or feel good about fucking saying some shit like that and speaking up when they're doing fucking more horrendous shit, fucking straight up genocide. Like, at least in Iran, it's not genocidal. Like, they got people pushing against their fucking government, so they're fucking, you know, taking them out, whatever. They're pushing against their form of martial law, whatever. But they're not looking at a fucking race or a culture and saying, no, we're just going to eradicate you. We're going to put you in essentially a concentration camp, and we're going to fucking cut out the water, cut out the electricity, cut out the ability for you to get food, all that shit. Like, no, we're going to let all your kids starve. We're going to fuck up everyone. At least the fucking Ukrainians are just like, oh, these fucking adults over here are protesting, I'm going to take them out. Like, do I think it's right either which way? No, I don't. But which one's worse in the situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
the Israelis are 10 times worse.
And we just keep on giving them money.
And support and backbone and all that fucking, you know.
But January 21st, 2026, so just a couple days ago, Israeli airstrike on a vehicle in central Gaza. 3 Palestinian journalists killed.
Yeah.
Raising the number to officially from, I mean, there's numbers that go from all over.
I know.
But officially from what I'm seeing, okay, so let's do it this way. Committee to Protect Journalists tracks 249 journalists have been killed. The International Federation of Journalists has tracked at least 258 journalists killed. Reporters Without Borders, they're tracking around 220. Palestinian sources say between 255 and 278, and then in UN-related reports, 260 media professionals being killed in Gaza.
Fucking ridiculous.
That's just since October 7th.
Fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute shame. Absolute shame. They're killing women and children, journalists, fucking.
And I found I bookmarked a couple of because this was horrifying when I saw. This isn't the one I'm talking about, but this is Gaza in January of 2024. Just the aerial view, right?
Yeah. God damn.
Tell me how that's proportional.
You know, and it says so that in that post said, moral of the story: you fuck with Jews, you lose.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking heartless piece of shit. Think of all the women and children and elderly and all that were, God damn, you fucking cunts. Yep. Like, hey, bitch, I'm here. Come fuck with me. Come here. I speak out against it. Come fuck with me, motherfucker. Yeah. I'll take you fucking head on. Like, it's sickening and it pisses me the fuck off. Yeah. You know, it's a matter of time before fucking we speak out enough where fucking, you know, they start doing that shit to fucking our people. Yeah. Like, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
So this right here, this scared the shit out of me. Because I was like, just putting myself in that mindset of like, if I was, you know, a kid out there in fucking Gaza and this is what happens. So.
جماعة الخير كواد كابتر تلقط صوت أطفال الآن من مخيم إنصارات.
So if anybody's listening and not watching, it's these are quadcopters, Israel quadcopter drones in Gaza, and they're playing the sounds of a crying baby as they're flying around at night in the streets.
امبارح استشهدوا شاب طلع مسكين يشوف ايش الصوت في مدرسة طبعا طلع.
He's saying that when it was flying around, there was a kid that came outside to check on the noise because he's hearing the sound of a crying baby. And when he came outside to investigate the noise, the quadcopter, which these quadcopters are armed, shot and killed him.
In mid-April, we were informed that Israeli quadcopters were emitting bizarre sounds, including baby sounds or women screaming. I went personally to Nusayrat and I interviewed several Palestinians separately, and the testimonies were almost identical. Quadcopters were for two consecutive nights on the 14th and the 15th, I guess, of April. They were emitting baby sounds, playing sounds of screaming women. The quadcopters apparently played these sounds only to lure citizens out of their homes and to find someone to shoot. And this was confirmed by actually the reports that we followed up on at hospitals. There were cases of people getting injured by these quadcopters after going out to figure out what was the sound, to try to help.
So it was 1:30 in the morning. Suddenly we heard women shouting in the street. Help, with the baby also asking for help. The voice was coming from outside the house door. It was a quadcopter with 4 propellers. Then it headed towards the tents, broadcasting the same crying. We called my cousin into the tents and we told him, don't fall for it, it's just a sound system. Name from this area, they shot him in the head. So what you guys hear is a recording that's being played from the quadcopter, and in the Palestinian Arabic language, it's saying, it's a kid screaming, I want my mother, screaming from that PA system. And this is a video of a smaller quadcopter showing up with a loudspeaker saying that, telling the Palestinians that they may be killed if they resist.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
You know, I'm to the point where I wish some other country, Russia, China, someone would step up and say, you know what? If the Palestinians, if they're not welcome in that land, I'm going to give them an option. We'll cut out an area, we'll bring them in here, and if y'all would like to come to wherever it is, you can come as a refugee. No house payments, nothing, you know, we'll give you grants, we'll do whatever we need to do to get your feet under you. And
I think Qatar is doing that. The issue is that there's a blockade. Nobody can get out.
Yeah, I know. But which is fucked up. Like it's super fucked up.
Which could probably tell you what the true intentions are there if they won't let anybody leave. So
yeah, it's eradication. It's genocide. Like,
yeah, but like I said, when I saw that video, it scared the shit out of me. I was like, God, dude, that's insane.
Yeah, you know, fuck everything that Israel's doing. You know, fuck everyone in our country that aligns with Israel. Like, they're fucking piece of shits.
No.
Like, I look at so many people that align with Israel, and I'm just like, you're a piece of shit. Like,
and
where's your humanity? Where's your heart?
And I probably know the answer to this because you just were like, oh, I don't have time to do shit. So the last couple of episodes from Candace, yesterday she released another text message that was to Charlie from a big donor, a big Zionist donor that could be interpreted as very threatening.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna bring it up because obviously we saw the text message exchange where he was talking about like Jewish donors live up to every whatever and leaving me no choice to abandon the pro-Israel movement, right? We all saw that. Mm-hmm. And people keep going on about like, oh, well, you know, it was just, you know, he, you know, trying to, you know, say it wasn't what you think it was, right? But this puts it to a different light. Because watch, I'm going to read this. Now, apparently this is a Christian, not like a actual Jewish one, but like a Christian Zionist, right? So all the people that trusted you, Jews and Christians, including me, why would you platform anti-Semites like Candace and Tucker? There are many evangelical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian Zionist, evangelical, got it, evangelical Christian Zionist, who would never give these people the opportunity to spew their hatred. I'm one of them. You say people are accusing you of being an anti-Semite because you disagree with the Israeli government. See, here's another confirmation right here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is it exactly that you disagree with? You threatened Jews and Christians with your 30 million followers? When the fuck did you do that?
I don't know.
Are you kidding? Be very careful, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
You are in violation of the 9th commandment by bearing false witness against your brother Judah. When was the last time you read your Bible, Charlie? I'm coming to you as a believer. Doesn't sound like it. Genesis 12:3, Obadiah and many more prophets warned those who curse Israel will be cursed. That sounds like another threat by scripture. Your TPUSA Tampa event was a disaster. Michelle Bachmann was booed, and about 10%, I don't even know who the fuck that is, about 10% walked out on her when she talked about standing for Israel. I don't think you need to be putting a question mark there. You brag about how you convinced all these young voters to vote for Trump, but you can't convince them to stand with your Jewish brethren. This is not a joke, Charlie. I'm coming to you as a sister in the faith. You have accomplished so much by the hand of the Almighty, but he is going to lift his hand from you. Don't fall for Tucker and Candace and the rest. So she's basically saying that if you don't fall, God is going to like not be on your side anymore.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. The Jews are under attack. And for some reason, she won't write God. But God warns us in the last days that he will wipe out the descendants of Edom because they stood by while their brethren Jacob and Israel was held in captivity and did nothing. Don't be counted among the Edomites. That's basically another threat right there.
Mm-hmm.
It will be to your peril, as well as the unfinished work of God. The unfinished work God was going to do through you. That is fucking insane.
Yeah. Weird part is she wouldn't write the word God.
I don't know. That's weird. But yeah, that right there is fucking insane. That wasn't just be like, look, man, come on. Like, that was like, you better get your ass in line or else.
Mm-hmm.
And then using scripture to threaten without threatening, because those were clear threats through the use of scripture.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
God, man.
Dude, it's just nuts, dude. And it's just getting more and more fucking entangled in there as we go. And then X, that we thought was our platform of free speech, which we've kind of noticed, but it was like officially given to us that because I guess he opened up the algorithm to us for X, and it showed that it purposefully throttles and anything anti-Zionist or whatever.
Yeah.
Like on purpose. So
yeah,
it's not the bastion of free speech like we thought.
Yeah. It's a fucking shame, bro. These motherfuckers can say or do whatever they want, but no one else can.
Yeah, so Stu Peters is being throttled by 92%. Candace is being throttled by 80%. Because there was this code you could throw in there, and it would show you what you're being throttled at.
Wow. It's a fucking shame. Fuck them. Fuck all of them.
This is where we are, man. This is where we are.
Just kidding. Keep it up. Keep doing what we're doing. And God damn, bro. Like, This fucking Jew bullshit is really disheartening. Fucking FYI, my ex-wife, whenever I was picking up the kids, she was wearing a Star of David.
That happened to me one time, believe it or not.
Yeah, the other day, whenever I went to pick up the kids,
I haven't seen it since that one time, but I noticed it one time, and I was just kind of like, why?
Yeah. She tells me, well, you know, we have to support, you know, as Christians, we have to support. And I started going in and we started, you know, mentioning some of the, I'm like, how the fuck do you support the Jews whenever, you know, and I'm talking to her about, you know, certain Jewish principles and beliefs and shit like that. And she's like, no.
And what they think about Christ.
Yeah, no, like I started, you know, telling her about the Talmud and all that. And she's like, no, it says, okay, well, maybe if they didn't indoctrinate their shit into the Christian Bible, and maybe if they had zero involvement in the writing and the, fuck, but whatever. Anyways, but I'm like, and she's like, no, we have to be, you know, it says, and I'm like, whatever. Yeah. Okay, cool. You know,
I fucking still firmly stand by and will always state that if anybody goes to a church and the pastor or priest, but mostly it's these pastors, these evangelical pastors that are doing this shit, are up there and they spend the entire time talking about how we as Christians are called to support the Jews and Israel and start working in geopolitics, and any of that other bullshit, leave.
Yeah.
Because at that point, the head of your church, the pastor, is no longer worshiping God. He is worshiping an idol.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that right there is the worst you can do. So you do not worship a false idol. Worshiping the false idol that is the state of Israel, and then putting that in your sermon at church to try to indoctrinate and brainwash your congregation into this bullshit that you must, and you're spending no time actually talking about God and Jesus and anything like that.
Yeah.
But you're only talking about Israel and the Jews. I'm like, well, then go be a fucking Jew. Go practice Judaism. You don't need to be here.
Yeah.
But you do not sit there and take over your entire congregation and your entire message with geopolitics.
Yeah.
You're betraying God and your faith and your position at that point.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. But you know my take on the church and
yeah,
you know, I don't need the church. I need the relationship. And too many churches turn their back on, you know, their congregation, people that are learning, people that are coming up, and especially when they start questioning the hypocrisy and the teachings, and
and you have with this crazy, we must support Israel push, but you remember Operation Mockingbird, right? Well, yeah. I like what Candace calls this round of it, Operation Mocking Pastor. Yeah. Which, by the way, just random thought, because I told you me and Destiny are doing 75 hard.
Mm-hmm.
And so 145-minute workout, has to be outside, and the other inside. But usually what we do is like, if I don't go out for like a ruck on my own, for 45 minutes, me and her will just like go walk around the neighborhood for 45 minutes. So we were talking, and it made me think back to when we were kids, like middle school, high school era, right? And really before like social media was a thing and stuff, right? Before we could find out what the entire gossip of the world is right here at the click of a button. So do you remember these these particular weird rumors that apparently everybody in the nation knew at our age. And it's like, who the fuck came up with this and where did it start? And how did we all find out about it when there was no social media, right? So I remember this clearly, and Destiny did too, but like, Lil Bow Wow got butt fuck raped by his bouncer.
I don't know. I never heard that.
You never said it? Okay, what about Marilyn Manson got 2 of his ribs taken out so he could suck his own dick?
Well, yeah, everyone fucking heard that.
Yeah,
that
right. Yeah, okay. And then Sierra, the hip hop R&B artist, apparently she was born with a dick like a tranny.
Who?
Sierra. She's a rap and R&B artist. Same time frame as Lil Bow Wow and stuff like that.
Didn't they say that about that other chick?
China, the wrestler?
Nope. The other singer chick.
Which one?
The one that did that movie with that he was like a country singer in the movie.
You're talking so unspecific.
Bradley Cooper, the one that did the movie with Bradley Cooper.
I got nothing.
Bro,
dude, you're saying Bradley Cooper movie like he doesn't have 100 of them.
Lady Gaga.
I don't remember a fucking movie with Lady Gaga. Bradley Cooper.
A Star Is Born.
Again, I never.
Okay, I don't know, but they said she was born with a dick or some shit.
It's fucking Lady Gaga. Who knows? Probably. But yeah, it's just one of those things of like, who said this, where to start from, and how did everybody in the fucking country know about it?
Yeah. How would everyone know about that? MySpace? Fucking MySpace
No,
at the time?
it was before. No, most of them was before MySpace.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember some of them when I was in middle school, and I didn't have MySpace in middle school. And I was just kind of sitting there, and was like, "What? How did we all learn about this? Where did this all come from?" Like,
that is a good question,
right? Like, where did it all circulate from, and how did we all just all of a sudden get this same rumor across the nation?
Yeah.
And then you go one step further with the whole like the Mandela effects, as you go back in time, right? Sure thing of like everybody remembers the movie Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal when he was a genie, right? Oh, fuck you, I swear to God. But then everybody says they swear to God that there was also another movie in the same time frame with Sinbad as a genie, and it was a Shazam, but that never existed. But everybody you talk to in the same time frame says,
really?
No, I swear to God, I saw that movie, I seen it, but it never existed. It never happened. It just is something that's like this came about. You know what I mean?
I do remember a movie with Sinbad.
Exactly, when he was a genie, right?
I don't know. I just remember him wearing parachute pants. So I'm like, you're saying he was a genie, so I'm imagining him a genie, but I don't know for sure if I'm.
Yeah. But you had the Shaquille O'Neal one, I Am Kazam, and everyone's like, oh yeah, cool. And then you get 10, 20 years down the line, we're like, oh yeah, and you had that Sinbad movie too. That was Shazam. Never existed. But everybody has a memory of it.
No shit.
And then, please tell me you paid attention in school. Did you ever get taught at some point in your life, in middle school and maybe even high school, that blood is blue until oxygen hits it?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's not true.
Yeah.
But we were all taught that in school. This wasn't a rumor that went around. This was all taught in school to us at the time, that blood was blue until it oxygenates.
I do remember that. Now that you say it, I do remember that.
Yeah, but apparently now that's not true. Like, never true.
Why were we taught as children that blood is blue until it hits oxygen?
Because then you look at your veins now, right? Like, it looks blue. But they're saying, like, no, that's just the color of the veins itself. Okay, cool. But then why were we taught that in fucking school?
It's because teachers are fucking retarded. That's why.
That was
Because
in the textbooks, though.
but it's because the diagram showed it as blue, not that it was. It doesn't say that it's blue. It says that deoxygenated blood is a darker red, which is misunderstood or simplified to blue in early education.
How the fuck does that make sense? A darker red simplified to blue.
What the fuck?
They're probably trying to cover for their asses because they had a misprint.
I'm assuming it's because you see your veins that look blue.
Yeah, but that still doesn't make sense, though. That they would teach it. Like, how would they not have known that at that point in time? Technology wasn't that far out of whack to not have figured that out at that point in time.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Bro, I've been going down some fucked up rabbit holes, though. Have you heard these theories that the moon is fucking hollow? And it's hollow and it's a spaceship. And it was brought in like before we were ever like thought like
hollow moon.
Oh my God. Some of the fucking
mega structures. Yeah.
Some of the fucking shit on this, like why okay, explain this to me.
Go ahead.
Why is the surface rocks of the moon older than rocks underneath them?
I mean, that's a weird question to ask me, but do we have confirmation of this?
Yes, this is NASA confirmation. Okay, so
but hear me out now with a quick follow-up question. So now you're conceding that we went to the moon?
Hey, fuck you. Okay, so here's the surface of the moon, okay, right here. So this top layer is older than the layer underneath it. So this is younger than this. And so on and so forth.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand.
Okay.
I understand the entire premise behind hollow.
Okay, also, so when they landed they crashed one of these fucking rovers or something into the moon, right?
They heard a thud and it echoed.
It echoed for 4 fucking hours.
Yeah,
there was vibration.
I've heard all this, and it was like a metallic thud vibration echo.
Yeah. How the fuck is it? Like, man, I've been going down these fucked up rabbit holes and shit. Like, and I'm sitting there not even believing that we ever went to the moon, and then I'm like,
you see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I believe we went there. I think the reason we haven't gone back, on paper to them or whatever like that, and the reason why they say, "Oh, we lost technology," is because either one, there's something there that they're hiding from us, just like Antarctica or stuff like that, right? Or two, they have technically something up there that like a lunar base.
Okay, riddle me this. Don't you think that a crater, so like something hits the moon and it creates a crater, right?
Yeah.
The wider the crater means whatever hit more force or more weight, so it'd be a lot deeper, right? No. Doesn't matter how big or small the craters are, they're all the same fucking depth.
They all stop at a certain point?
Yeah.
So it means whatever it's hitting is...
Yeah.
I mean, it is extremely hard and can't be penetrated, like...
So essentially the testing is the moon's made up of like a titanium, like high in titanium, and
or something that's way stronger than it. Yeah.
No. The testing is it's titanium. It's titanium and another alloy. So that's what the testing shows up. Also, it has 2 radioactive materials on the fucking moon. or that they read up there, that the isotope of it has to be created. It's the isotope that's made when you drop a nuclear bomb. It is the exact same isotope. That's the only way it can create. All right, if I'm, and I could be wrong about this a little bit, but I know it's a man-made isotope. I think it said it was off the nuclear bomb. What the fuck is that? Like, that's some fucking weird shit, bro. Like, it's got me thinking.
Maybe it's from our ancient history that, you know, we're still trying to figure out. Yeah.
And then apparently, and these are known, this is known through NASA or whatever. There was people that were going through the pictures and the files from back then, and apparently there's pictures of like structures on the moon that NASA never fucking released.
Of course, because they're hiding something.
But they were open about it. And there was actually some shit that was released by accident that they end up pulling because it showed some fucking, like, man, I've been going down this fucking rabbit hole. I'm like, fuck. Yeah.
It's fun, ain't it?
No, it's not.
Let me see if I can find this video real quick. It's one of those things of like, and apparently it's from NASA.
Did you know that Mars, all the pictures you see of Mars, it's because they are running all that through a filter to make it look red?
Is that right?
Yeah. So people ran it through some software that it showed that it was running with a filter, and it actually looks, with the atmosphere, it looks like a picture from here. Like their atmosphere is not the color that they say it is.
Oh, yeah. So there's this massive thing going around that started on TikTok, and it's saying that there was in November of 2024, a secret NASA document titled Project Anchor leaked online. Project's budget is $89 billion, and its goal is to survive a 7-second gravitational anomaly that is expected to happen on August 12th of this year, 2026.
Is that where they're talking about the flip of the...
No, it's supposed to be some kind, from what I saw, it's supposed to be some kind of gravitational just anomaly, not a switch like you're thinking, like an anomaly that's supposed to happen because of some colliding forces of black hole coming together in our galaxy. It's going to cause the Earth to lose gravity for 7 seconds.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's
now,
weird.
Of course, everywhere you go is like, this is a hoax, or not. This is just all stuff is, but it's like, I mean,
I don't know. There's
but but then there's also more going on about how that there was another scientist, or like a scientist that reviewed everything and then like talked about like, no, yeah, this is actually possible and this is how it can happen, and then he disappeared.
No shit.
Oh yeah, but again, that's about as far as I went into it. But I was just like, oh shit.
Damn. Yeah, I've been going into these weird fucking outer space theories and conspiracies and fucking weird shit. And I don't know why. Don't know why.
It's fun.
I guess it's the alien shit. Like ever since I watched the Disclosure movie. Have you seen it yet? The Age of Disclosure? Oh, fuck. You got to watch it. It's so good. But ever since I watched Age of Disclosure, I've been on this fucking outer space kick. And I'm like, fuck. Like, well, and like, certain astronauts have alluded to, like, seeing shit on the moon and things like that. It's like, I don't know.
But, yeah, the ones that say, oh, we didn't go. And it's like, well, did we go or did we not? I don't know. Shit.
I know. I'm tired of this bullshit. It's like, I don't know. Just tell me something. Tell me some fucking shit I need to know. Like, if there's aliens, look, we're all mature enough to know now.
We all know there's aliens. Just get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off. There's no there's no way to fathom that in this universe that is ungodly, never-ending huge, that we are the only intelligent life out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then like some of these like ancient myths or whatever, like
Mm-hmm.
who is it that has the Anaku or Anoki or whatever,
Nokian?
Anaku, whatever myth, and there was like two brothers or whatever, and that's what created the human race. Well, there's actually another and it's different language. It's a language issue, so things are different. But there's another ancient culture that essentially said the same fucking thing back then. Oh yeah, like I've really dove into this. Another thing is they say that before the moon. So one thing about the moon is before we had a moon, the earth would have been covered in like this this water haze or water mist. And then whenever the earth came into our gravitation and it would have changed our gravitational field, all that water would have like fallen to the ground, which would have done a mass flood, which would have been the
Noah.
what is that? Huh? No, it's the fucking other big ass ice age thing, like 16 million years or 16,000 years ago, or whatever they say. I don't know, million years ago. The fuck, bro, what's it called?
I don't know. I just called it the Ice Age.
Yeah, it's got a weird name. Oh, I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm too dumb for this. But yeah. And I've just been digging into too much shit. But like, and then the age of the Sphinx and like how I
remember seeing something about how it was showing that there was clear signs of water
erosion. Yeah. And then if you look up the shit on Atlantis and all this shit, God, man, I've been going through all these rabbit holes and it's been fucking tearing me up lately. I've been so counterproductive because all I've been doing is conspiracy shit.
Yeah. Well, if you start thinking about hollow moon, what do you think about the hollow earth theory? And that's what they're hiding in Antarctica, the entrance to hollow earth.
I don't know, maybe.
Because apparently there's a giant crater out there that nobody can explain.
Well, I don't know. Possible. I don't know, dude. Like, and you're speaking to the wrong person on this because I went down the fucking flat earth rabbit hole. So like,
it's fun though, isn't it?
No, it's fucking not fucking when you're as ADHD as me and my fucking mind starts spinning and yeah, it fucks me up.
I just remember whenever you started talking to me about it and like you got Animal Bird and all this stuff and you talking about, I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, you want to know what's crazy? You're like, what? I was like, what is it? I think it's the United Nations, their logo. It's the flat earth map. And you're like, fuck, bro. And you started losing your shit. I was like, oh man. I was just like,
Yeah, well, fucking Cody got me into that shit because he's a pilot and he started showing me all the, like, why would you fly from here to here if it's quicker to go here? Like, and I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, whenever they show those maps, it's like, that's a good argument. I'm not going to lie, but I don't know. But at a certain point,
and all that, so I don't know.
But at a certain point, I still ask the question, why? What is the benefit
of flat Earth, or what's the benefit
of lying, of like not telling us the truth? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, like that. The point to get to it is like, I mean, unless we're just in a giant fishbowl and they know the aliens that are watching us play, playing for our amusement. I don't know. Like, what is the point of lying to us at this point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like, are the aliens just like future humans or like that are time travelers coming back in? I don't know. God damn. Fuck.
It's funny you said that is, at my first base.
Now I got to drink alcohol.
At my first base, there was a guy that in my flight, and he like talking about conspiracies every now and then. His conspiracy about UFOs, you know, like UFOs in the sky and like, you know, the possibility of quote unquote aliens. It wasn't that he didn't necessarily believe or didn't believe in the thought of aliens, but what his thought process on what UFOs were. And when you thought about it, I was like, you know, that's actually not a bad way to think about it. And it could make sense. His thought on UFOs was that it was us from the future traveling back in time to observe us.
Yeah.
So we're coming in an unidentified aircraft. It's a time machine.
Yeah.
You know, so
isn't that what I just said?
No, you were just talking about just time machines. But I was saying is like I know other people that talk about like he's connecting that UFOs and time travelers are the same people.
Yeah. Because you got to think like if we go into this AI, like really go AI, and then we essentially merge with AI somehow.
We upload our consciousness,
or whatever. Like you get to a point where genetically your heads get bigger because you're smarter and you got all this other data and all this shit, and your bodies would over time transform and probably get smaller and frailer and fucking lose your dick and all that stuff, because you get to a point where like, look, they're already trying to make goddamn like all this fucking AI and robotic sex toys and shit like that. Like it'll get to a point where like everything will be in your consciousness. Like you don't even have to have physical interaction. You plug into the goddamn computer or whatever, and then it's like all a mental fucking hallucinogenic realm or some shit. I don't know. And I'm not even drinking today
yet.
Yeah, I get worse. Well, I can't because I got to get shit ready. Oh, I was making sure my guitar bag was in here. Yeah, fucking. Yeah, I can't get all fucked up because.
What time you leaving in the morning?
I don't fucking know. We'll be on the road. I don't know, maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m., something like that. But yeah, at least I ain't got to fuck with Oklahoma or nothing. Oklahoma sucks.
Yeah.
All you fucking Okie motherfuckers. You're starting to look like an Okie being from Dallas. I'm surprised you're not a fucking Dallas Cowboys fan yet.
I ain't from
Bro,
Dallas.
did you see that fucking article that's been floating around about how the Cowboys shouldn't be America's team anymore? And the Texans should be the America's team? Except for CJ Stroud fucking sucks. God, man, fuck that dude. We could have played with any other quarterback in the fucking league. I'm going to say this, almost starters or non-starters. Fucking retired motherfuckers. And we would have probably got through that shit.
Shit, we could have probably taken David Carr back and done better.
Yeah, fuck, man, yeah. But I would have definitely taken fucking Mills. Like, look, D'Amico should have shown some maturity and got to a point and not let the whole team down and said, listen, Stroud's not playing good. This is over his head. We need to figure something out. Let's put the other quarterback in. Let's fucking run without a quarterback. Fuck it. Let's run some weird fucking pistol package and run 2 running backs or fucking do something different. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, anything
would have been better than what we did. But yeah. Well, fuck. You didn't touch on any of fucking, you touched a little bit on doc shit. So tell me more about the doc shit. I know you didn't talk much about it going into the episode. So he talked a lot about education, pushing the education, all that shit.
He gave a little bit of background. He didn't talk too much about himself, just that, he's retired Green Beret. He went, active duty, reserves and guard. And when he was in the guard, here in Texas, he worked for Abbott on his team for the border response, border protection. And he was talking about how when he got down there with his team and they're doing the evaluation and just trying to figure out, you know, the best way to tackle the situation, right? You know, and he was saying that I can't remember exactly where on the border he was saying he was, but one of the areas, you know, he's watching just thousands of people pour in, right? From all kinds of countries, not just, you know, Mexico or South America or Central America, but obviously most of them are from there. But you have people coming in from everywhere else just to come through our southern border because it was wide the fuck open. And he was telling us that, you know, you have tons and tons of Venezuelans, and the way you can tell if a Venezuelan is a Tren de Agua cartel member is they have an AK-47 tattooed on their face, right? Of course, they saw tons of them. And you remember when Greg Abbott was, you know, kind of making the news, busing illegals to sanctuary cities, right?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you guys, you know, the federal government doesn't want to do their job, then we're just going to send all these illegals. They're coming through the border to my state to these sanctuary cities, and you guys can deal with them. Now, at the time, it was like great PR, kind of like, haha, in your face. And I'm not gonna lie, it was actually kind of cool. I was like, haha, you know, fuck you guys, right? Like, you're gonna make us, you know, process all this shit, then you guys deal with the aftermath, right? But he was saying that there was a bus that was getting filled up that was pretty clearly like cartel or cartel affiliated people, right? And he had one of the peoples on his team, Doc's team, track that bus to see where it went, you know, because aside from, you know, other, you know, people like, you know, families or regular people that didn't seem to have any type of narco or cartel affiliation to them. Yeah. They were, for the most part, at least the way it was being broadcast to the public, they're getting bused to the sanctuary cities. But this particular bus, you know, that had dangerous people, maybe we're thinking, I don't know, going to a detention center or facility, you know, because these ones should not be released, right? Yeah. So Doc had a member of his team track that bus to see where it went. And it went to San Antonio, and it just unloaded them there, not to a facility, not to a whatever like that, just unloaded these clearly dangerous individuals in San Antonio.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I can't wait to go see him next month and you know, really get to listen to what he's got to say and
I can tell you one thing. That guy, he's got no bigger heart than it is for Texas, because his minimum donation on the website is $18.36. I made my first ever political donation in my life to him, just because his vision for Texas is just amazing, and I truly hope we can get the word out enough to as many Texans as possible. His plan for education that I wasn't even thinking about, but it just happened to get talked about, was unbelievable. And I think it's going to be great for our kids for the future. Of course, you know, his first priority is safety for the state of Texas, meaning the border and everything like that. Then talking about tackling all those H-1B visas that are coming in and putting a halt to it, because obviously there's a lot of fraud that's probably coming out from it. Then you have the, those data centers that we talked about, right? But geez, dude, it's just, it really feels good talking about, you know, someone that it seems like they really care about the state and their people on top of that, because he's like, I I'm not endorsed by any politicians because I don't accept those endorsements. I don't accept foreign or PAC money. He's like, I'm perfectly transparent with you because I have none to hide. The largest donation I've received is $10,000 from a guy over here or whatever like that. But it's just I believe in the people, and I'm I'd rather much have an endorsement from you, the people, than these big career politicians that have gotten us here in the first place.
Yeah.
So
no, that's good. That's good. I'm excited to see them, and hopefully, really get behind them. You know what I mean? It's time for a change from Abbott. Honestly, he needs to wheel his ass down the street.
I mean, we've been there for 11 years, but guys, just 4 more. 4 more, he got it. Just 4 more, right? Just 4 more. 4 more years, and then Abbott will get it right this time. If you believe that, then just fucking go shoot yourself. This is ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, he needs to wheel himself down the road, and we need to bring someone in that's actually going to make real change.
Yeah.
Someone that seems like they really give a fuck what Texas is and the direction of Texas, and yeah.
He was talking about that. I'll have the, my office and everything like that in Austin, but I'll tell you what, it'll be pretty hard ever catching me ever in there because I plan on being out here getting stuff done.
Yeah.
In the state, talking to the people. I don't need to be sitting behind a desk. I need to be out here getting the work done. So
absolutely. Yeah. Very hands-on, very, out there. And the fact that what were you telling me? So the person that's helping him run his education policies and all that he wants to put in place, it was one of the people that just saw him and said,
from what I understand, the way he explained it is like one of his like meet and greets, like I was at and that you're going to go to. He was talking to the guy, and someone who's very passionate about it because the guy used to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's talking very passionately, of course, about education.
Mm-hmm.
And Doc, knowing that he doesn't know everything about everything, he knows a little about a lot, but that's the reason why you build an administration with experts that you trust to carry out the vision, right?
Yeah.
And when he was talking to this guy, he was so passionate about it and very knowledgeable that Doc just said, "You want to lead my education task force?" Because he saw that, hey, this guy right here knows what he's doing. He has a passion for it. And boom, that's what and then while I was there talking and whenever there were, because we did go quite a bit on the education thing because it's an important thing, but that took up a lot of it. There was another teacher there, and she started going on about how the TEA, the Texas Education Authority, which he plans to abolish completely, which would be amazing. Talking about how they operate and do stuff like that, and how and she started going like pretty, like she was passionate, but she was like, no, this needs to happen. And he was like that. He's like, get with him. You're going to be on the task force right then and there, because he's like, I need teachers and people that know what they're talking about, who've been through this. I don't need people that have no idea what this is and have went to school and they says, well, I just read me up on it and I can take care of it. No, they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah. No, I got you. Fucking the fact that he's actually going that route. That's really what we need. A grassroots organization coming in to run the state. Honestly, we need that federally too. We need everything from the grassroots people that are the best of the best, that know what they're doing, that are non-biased, that know whether you're in education, you're in the energy sector, you're in finance, you're in whatever, like all these reforms that need to happen, it needs to go from the ground up. It needs to be pulled from guys that are working in the industry, that are the best and knowledgeable and have seen everything for the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and build that team to revise everything, to do that reform, so no,
Yeah.
it's good he's doing that. We just need to get that on the federal level too.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get him to win first, but yeah.
He definitely seems like a guy that his ambitions start and stop with the state. I don't know if I could ever see him being like, I don't think I'm gonna run for president now. Like he's a guy who's like, I just love my state and I just want it to be better.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
Real down to earth guy, and he's so cool. Like it's really, really cool.
Yeah, seems like he won't get swayed by the Israelis and
he
Texas first.
He did talk about that. He's like, I've never taken nor will I ever taken money from AIPAC or foreign entity. Like, no, like I don't accept that. He says, I wore one flag on my uniform, which was the American flag. I wore one flag on my plate carrier, which was a Texas flag. And I plan to die with the same two flags on me.
Yeah, good. I like it. Well, he's got my vote as of right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can just get him a lot more fucking votes and get Abbott out of that fucking.
Well, and now again, we know we have an insane machine going up against Doc with Abbott and everything. But what I will say that does seem to be kind of showing out a little bit is that the people that, at least for the most part, most of the people that Abbott is endorsing, they're not even close to polling at the top. So it's like your endorsement doesn't mean shit right now. You know what I mean? So to me, that gives me a little bit of good hope, thinking like, if Abbott's endorsement doesn't carry anything, hopefully that means that people are waking up that they need to vote him the fuck out.
Yeah. He needs to go down the road. So we'll see. And we'll just keep sharing the article that I wrote and fucking talk some shit and, fuck Crenshaw too.
Yeah. And my article on Crenshaw's got, and I didn't do a promotion on it, but it's got over 1,000 impressions on it, and that's all organic.
Really good. Good. That needs to,
because I told you on one of his one of the guys that's primarying him, I went to his page, and on one of his most recent posts, I posted the link to the article as a comment. And then he liked it and reposted it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck yes, dude.
Oh yeah. We just got to keep that shit up and keep it going.
But unfortunately, I looked at Kalshi this morning. Crenshaw's still holding at 88% over the only real person that has a chance against him, which is Steve Toth. So, but I don't know.
But my opinion on both of them, I'm not a huge fan of either one of them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, at this point, it's like we've seen that at this point, it's like we've seen that Crenshaw is a piece of shit, and let's just get so. And while Steve has some good principles that we see that he stands for, then we also have to see some stuff like, we don't really agree with it. But it's like, how much worse could it be? Just get somebody new in there and see how he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we already know that Crenshaw is a fucking dumbass and piece of shit.
Yeah. Fucking rhino. But yeah, everyone needs to start doing the research, getting out there and voting, or getting ready to vote, and get some of these fuckheads out of the office. And
I tell you what, I'm ready to do when the time comes. I'm ready to write an article on Ted Cruz, but I'm gonna wait till he gets closer till he's getting primaried out. Yeah.
I've already been thinking about Ted Cruz.
Oh, dude, because it wouldn't make sense to do one now because he's not up for re-election.
Yeah. So I've got some time to think of some good jokes to go through it. Oh my God. Like,
this is going to be that one's going to be fun. I cannot wait.
The Abbott one was fun, because If only people knew the shit that was said in the article originally, like some of them little fucking stabs and digs and shit like that. Like, I think we can get away with more of them on Ted Cruz because he's not a fucking cripple. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
But then again, hold on, I might not be able to write that one because I'm not Mexican. You might have to write it.
He's fucking Canadian, so who gives a shit?
Oh yeah, okay, then I can write it. Fuck that Canuck. So, hell, I'm gonna be up there by the Canucks here fucking this week anyway. So, goddamn.
Yeah.
But, anyways, you got anything else?
Nah, I think we're good, brother.
All right, I'm gonna go fucking pack and get my shit ready to get up to Colorado.
Texans, stay warm, stay safe. Like, share, comment, subscribe, but never forget, Texas forever.